This week on the podcast, this topic, it's long overdue. Carrie and I are talking all about the washrooms at Walt Disney World. Which ones are our favorites, which ones are the most convenient, and which ones are the best themed? I know you can't wait to hear this one. Stay tuned. You're listening to the Pixie Dust Fan Podcast. Hi, I'm Francine.
And I'm Carrie.
We're two best friends who can't stop talking, usually about Disney stuff.
Sometimes we have fascinating guests, and sometimes it's just us. But it's always positive and fun.
We're happy to have you join our chat. Thanks for listening, and let's get started. Hi, Carrie.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm all right. It's Friday. I know you always say we're not supposed to say
we're not supposed to say what day.
But it's Friday. Friday. TGI Friday.
It's the Libsyn podcast. They always go, like, she says, well, hello, and he goes, good generic time of the day, Elsie.
That's awesome.
So it's always ingrained in my head that they don't talk about the time. But yes, it's today's a good day. It's Friday. It's Friday. Yay. Carrie and I, we just got to find the time whenever we find it to record the podcast because we're busy. We're out of control these days. I don't know what is going on with us, but we are so out of control. It's the unmagical jobs, the magical jobs, the side hustles, the podcast recording, the crafting, there's so much going on.
Right.
Yes. But so we've got a very interesting, before we start last week's episode, we got some really good feedback about like our quizzes and stuff, Carrie, which I know you find very disturbing because you think we're terrible, but I get messages, you get messages that people enjoy when we do quizzes.
Indeed.
Although, the whole it's not a real mountain was...
Yeah, how many people are saying that they enjoy it, and how many people are messaging you about you saying that it's not a space mountain? You didn't think of it because you didn't think it's not a real mountain. Like, none of them are real mountains.
Right. Right. And everybody was messaging that we forgot the meet and greet of Mickey in Toontown.
I know. It's funny.
It's
like,
funny.
As soon as you said that, I was like, oh my goodness. But like, it just erases from our memory.
When you used to be able to meet him in like his dressing room.
Mm-hmm. Go into his house. Right? Like you walk through his house.
Yeah, you walk through his house and out the back.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It's crazy.
So it's funny how we forget.
It's so easy to forget things.
Yeah, he's moved on up to Town Square and his house is just a distant memory.
I wish they'd bring back Toontown or a version of it because I think that's so fun.
Mm-hmm. I think we probably said this or we've said it to each other like, we'd probably like why we traded in Toontown for a new Fantasyland.
Yeah.
I wonder if the Disney people are like, yeah, we should have kept Toontown.
Exactly. I think so.
Anyways.
But we had a lot of people saying that they were yelling, same thing as so they talk back to us and they yell at us when we can't think of things or our mind goes blank or whatever it is.
Our friend Anna messaged me and said that she was going for a walk with us and that which meant she was listening to the podcast, but she says she doesn't like something funny, like she doesn't know why because we never let her get a word in edgewise.
Sorry, Anna. It's so many people talk back to us. Yeah. I mean, Carrie, we've had some very interesting guests. We've done some great topics, and we've got a great topic today.
Yeah, we do. We're going from interviewing Bob Gurr to the topic. And this is your idea let's just make sure that this is quite clear.
Come on.
That this is your idea. And this isn't necessarily an episode out of desperation. You've had this one on the docket for a while.
I
keep dodging it.
And I finally pinned you down. We gotta do this one. It's important. People like to know these things.
I know.
It's an episode all about the restrooms in the parks at the Magic Kingdom. And
we're just doing the other parks. Are we going to do all of them?
I think we should do all. There's not that many bathrooms, is there? Well, funny I should say that, because within my research, I discovered one that I don't think I know. So, yeah.
I think there's more than one, first off. And what we've learned is that, and you might wonder, how on earth are we going to do this topic justice? Like, we're all the way up here in Canada, so far away. Like, how will we remember all of these names of the washrooms, the areas? Like, I guess we've got the maps, but, they don't really describe them. But on the Walt Disney World website...
Yeah.
There's listings of all of the washrooms in detail.
Which is hilarious, because I did not know this was there. Did you?
Me neither, no.
Like, I know on the app, when you're in the parks, you can open the app and look for, like, the closest restroom, the closest, like, restaurant charging stations, things like that. But I didn't know that there's actually a page on the Walt Disney World website that has restrooms listed for... like resort areas, parks, Disney Springs. It's
every loo on the property is on this page.
It's on this page, which is kind of funny. Yeah. You know what? It's an important part of your vacation.
Right. Oh my goodness.
Okay, so
you're this is all you, so you can guide us through this journey.
Whatever. So we're gonna start with the Magic Kingdom.
Yep.
And so there's a difference. So here's like my favorite ones, like my favorite restroom for whatever reasons in the park. But then here's the ones we always use, which may or may not be the same thing.
Okay.
Right?
Right.
So in the Magic Kingdom, my favorite one is not one that I use all the time either. It's the one up by my favorite sitting spot.
Casey's?
On the other side of the street. I don't sit by Casey's. I sit on the other side. Right? Because all the birds are over where the food is. So on the right side, top of Main Street, under the yellow umbrellas, that's where I like to sit and look at the castle. And you can get water, you can get drinks, you can get food, sit there. And there are bathrooms right behind you. Not the ones
access.
up in the... Yeah. So not the ones up inside the food place that's never open. At the bottom of the ramp. And they're big, like they're big restrooms. So my biggest pet peeve in Walt Disney World is tiny bathrooms. Like there's a billion people that go to Walt Disney World. You cannot have a bathroom with 3 stalls.
Right.
Especially a woman's bathroom. Like that's just ridiculous.
As knowledgeable as we are about these parks, and we can just avoid those ones.
Yeah, exactly, right? We go out of our way to avoid those ones. But the ones at the top of Main Street, right there, that's my favorite. Which one's yours in the Magic Kingdom?
So for me, it's, and I don't know if this is, if this is the right one by looking at the list that's on the website, but the ones that Pirates that are in the walkthrough.
Oh yeah, they're so out of the way. People don't even know they're there.
I just like, it's like you're going to a secret space. Like it's because so dark in there.
It's back behind. It's almost like behind the side of the attraction.
Yeah, and then the one where you walk through and then you're
right next to the
Frontierland.
Shop. Yeah.
Okay, then we're talking about the same one.
We're talking about the same one. It's like near the shop. It's like
so I don't know if that's the Pirates of the Caribbean restrooms as per the
list.
Yeah,
yeah. I think that's them. The Pirates.
And for me, I just like it because it's just maybe it's just I don't know why I like it the best. I don't even probably.
Well, it's so out of the way.
I just like them because it's near Pirates. It's in that little walkway. I remember on my first trip, going to that washroom and thinking, wow, look, there's a washroom in this breeze through.
It's pretty cool. And they have like a pet relief area there too. So the dog ones are right there.
How do you know all this stuff?
Seriously, have you never noticed? So when you come out of there, it's on the left side. There's like a little patch with the little doggy on it. Telling you that's where the pets can go. Right there.
Wow. And I think probably the most controversial thing so far in this episode is that we did not say the Rapunzel bathrooms as our favorite.
Exactly. I think they're too big. They're pretty on the outside, but they're too busy. Everybody wants to go to those ones.
But the Rapunzel bathroom area could be also a popular choice because they have the seating outside, like where you can charge your phone. So it's like it's a one-stop shop for more than just relieving yourself.
Because you can charge your scooter there too.
Your scooter, your cell phone.
I feel like we're very serious journalists talking about this stuff. Your one-stop shop. So those are the ones there, but Fantasyland's always busy. But there are quite a few over in Fantasyland. There's the ones over by Pinocchio's. Mm-hmm. And I think we talked about those. The phone booth is right outside there. The one that my brother-in-law used to make our very first resort reservation while we were in the Magic Kingdom.
Okay.
Is right outside of Pinocchio's. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. The other ones that we talked about, and I think this is how we ended up deciding we were going to do this episode, Carrie, is the ones that are over by Casey's near the First Aid, because they're like not well known. They're not well traveled, so they're never busy.
Right.
That was what came up on the last episode.
The last one.
And that's how we ended up with that.
Oh yeah, blame it on the last episode. You've always wanted to talk about the washrooms.
But the other one that we need to call out is the ones in Columbia Harbor House. Because in that area, and I don't know, have we talked about this before? The ones in Columbia Harbor House, in the women's bathroom, there are 3 stalls. It's a tiny one. I don't like the ones there. But I like them. I like them only because they are positioned in such a way that they are technically in Fantasyland.
Oh, so it makes up for them. The tragedy of their
the tragedy of them only being three stalls. And the reason is because, of course, in that era where Columbia Harbor House was, they didn't have plumbing. They didn't have indoor plumbing in that time period. So to stay true to the story, they made the bathrooms in Fantasyland. So they are technically on that line between the border of Fantasyland, which is why, because it's kind of weird that when you think about it, where those bathrooms are, like they're so randomly off in the corner, but that's why.
That's why. Wow.
That's why. Ta-da. The other nice big bathrooms are in the new Fantasyland. Over by Big Top Circus. You know, the splash area there? There's some nice big bathrooms there. And of course the ones in Tomorrowland.
Right. And even when you come in, the washrooms when you first come into the park beside City Hall.
Yes.
Those are big. That's a big washroom.
It's huge. Those are the ones that we always use before we leave the park. Before we get on a bus. A bus or a monorail or a boat or whatever, we always stop in there on the way out.
And a fact, like a Disney, like I'm going to bring Disneyland into this.
Oh, here we go.
A Disneyland fact is that if you're a Walt Disney World person and you're walking into Disneyland and you're like, gotta go, and you walk into those ones thinking it's going to be that ginormous washroom area, and spoiler, it's not. It's tiny.
Those ones, those are tiny.
You have to go find other locations if you need to have lots of stalls.
Seriously, that one, when you walk into Disneyland down the right alleyway, like you feel like you're walking down an alleyway at night.
I'm not talking about that one. I'm talking about
talking about?
The one that's in the same spot as the City Hall one in Magic Kingdom.
Oh, yeah. No, I'm talking about the little alleyway one.
That's just a little secret one. It's not that bad.
It's pretty small.
It's kind of like secret. You feel like you're like that's. You see, everybody that goes to that, you know, maybe is at the park for the first time. They're gonna walk over to the one that they see at Magic Kingdom. If you're like a Disneyland insider, you walk
then
in,
you go to the other one.
I gotta go. You just shoot down this little alleyway, and you use
so
that
that's
one.
That's how you can tell like the true Disneyland people. They use the bathroom down the alleyway.
Yeah. Exactly.
There are also restrooms outside of the Magic Kingdom behind the ticket guest services. Did you know that?
No.
Yeah. So you know where you see that big lineup outside out front?
Don't know.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Down the alleyway behind where you get the tickets at guest services, there are restrooms there too.
No wonder you wanted to talk about this. You know so much about the restroom areas.
I do.
You've probably been to every one. Well,
funny you should say that, because I can close my eyes and picture restrooms all over the Walt Disney World. I cannot, when we went through this list, there is a restroom called the Cheshire Cafe restrooms. Mm-hmm. I feel like I've seen the sign that says restrooms that's on the right-hand side of the Cheshire Cafe. Like if I close my eyes, I feel like I can see it. But I don't think I know where these bathrooms are. Do you?
No. I'm going to sleep well tonight, knowing that I don't know where they are. Did you Google map it?
I did, and I was trying to get Google Images so I could see it, and I can't find it. So I'm going to have to spend some time researching that. The other thing, do you know, funny story, cosmic rays. Mm-hmm. Do you know how long it took me before, like, I swear I was probably in my 30s before I realized that it was the same bathrooms. If you, like, it's like a big U shape, depending on what side of the restaurant you're sitting on. It makes it closer or further. It's like a big U shape. Did you? No. Okay.
I don't think I've ever been to the washrooms in cosmic rays, nor most of the.
Wait,
I just go to the same place. I just go to the same place. I probably have been in like 3 of them, and that's where I always go.
Really?
Yeah, really.
I'm kind of surprised. I've never been to the ones on Tom Sawyer Island.
Yeah, me neither.
Because I haven't been over there in like donkey's years.
Maybe you did when you were a wee one.
Maybe.
You just don't remember.
Maybe. I was fascinated with bathrooms when I was a kid. Like, no matter where we went, I had to go check out the bathrooms. I don't know why.
Surprise.
Like, what a weird thing. But yeah. Okay. And these, like, companion restroom near It's a Small World. I don't think I've seen that.
Well, we're going to have to find it. You know, at Disneyland, we had to find the staff door. Now we'll have to find the companion restroom near It's a Small World.
Exactly. Okay, so I think we've done Magic Kingdom Park.
I think we have.
They have a full list of the Magic Kingdom resort area. I'm not going to go into that. We're not going to look at all the resorts, but I am going to quiz you.
Oh my goodness!
Do you know where the coldest bathroom in all of Walt Disney World is?
The coldest? Is this a trick question?
It has been the coldest bathroom for probably 15, 20 years. Like the air conditioning in it is like supersonic. It's so cold. Dun, dun, dun.
It's not a trick question, though?
It's not a trick question. They're really...
You're not going to be like, at Club Cool, wah, wah, wah. It's not going to be one of those?
No.
Then I don't know.
It's at the Contemporary Resort.
I seriously was going to say, let me guess. It's at the Contemporary Resort beside the Contempo Cafe.
We were just talking about the Magic Kingdom Resort area, so you knew it was coming.
Yeah.
Not the ones on the ground floor.
No, I know what you're talking about. You know
which one I'm talking about. Before you get on the monorail to the right, that one there, it's flippin' freezing.
It is.
Freezing.
Yep, you need to put on a sweater before you go in there.
Yeah, always is. So if you're having like a hot flash or it's a really hot day, that's the bathroom you want to go to.
Just go in and chill out. You'll be in here for a while. Cooling off.
Oy, oy, oy. Okay, Carrie. Will we do Hollywood Studios next?
Sure.
Okay. What's your favorite restroom at Hollywood Studios, Carrie?
I don't know what the, I like the one, that is, well, first off, I'm going to just say for sure, it's Gonzo's Royal Flush is the best washroom because it's got the best theming. But the restroom I usually choose is the one when you go down the boulevard to Tower of Terror, and there's the one that's kind of in between the shops.
Oh, yes.
I like that one. Partially because it's handy. I'm usually like to look up and down the shops, but it also reminds me of California Adventure a little bit.
Oh my gosh. Why? How does it remind you of California Adventure?
Because they have on their street like that, they've got the same thing. They've got the same little washroom like that. But I like that one. It's nice. It's big. It's right along the shops, so it's just my favorite one.
It's a good one. I think it was a long time before I realized there were more bathrooms further down outside Tower of Terror, like still on the street. You know where the traffic sign is? Mm-hmm. Under there.
Oh, yeah. Who knew?
Yeah. There's whole bathrooms down there I didn't even know about. It took me years to find those.
It's like a scavenger hunt.
Right? I feel like Hollywood Studios has some really well-themed restrooms. So Gonzo's Royal Flush, hands down. Fantastic. Mm-hmm. The other one I love is Toy Story. The bathrooms over there are so bright and colorful. However, the sinks in the ladies' bathroom, there's not enough of them. Just FYI.
Oh, my goodness. You remember these things.
I know, but I know. I can't remember what I had for breakfast today, but I could.
Passion.
Your passion
is bathrooms.
It always has been. The Star Wars in Galaxy's Edge. I love the theming in those ones. And like the massive sink in the middle, and they're pretty cool.
Yeah, they're cool. Like the theming is very like monochromatic slate concrete. Which matches the theme.
It matches the theme. But yes.
Yeah, those ones are okay too.
I always end up using the one right when you get in the park because usually I've had a whole bottle of water on the way to the park. But that's a small one at the front behind the photo studio.
Oh.
It's
when you first, it's right there. Yeah.
Right.
That's a good one.
It's still pretty.
It's your emergency one. Like you gotta go on the way in or way out. Boom.
On the way in or the way out. Yes. The ones over by the Rock and Roller Coaster are decent too.
Like honestly, I barely remember any of these. Like I'm going to pay. I'm going to pay more attention to the washrooms at Walt Disney World.
We could do a whole tour. Like we could on our next trip.
You know what? The next trip we shall not visit the same bathroom twice. That is the rule.
The rule is we cannot go to the same bathroom twice.
Challenge accepted.
Oh my gosh. Yes, let's do it. Let's do it. Except in Disney Springs, because I feel like there's not a lot of them in Disney Springs.
I think there's probably more than we think, and we just go to the same ones. We just go to the
the one behind the World of Disney.
Yeah, well, the one that's sort of between. It is right where the photo studio is, like sort of near Trendy and whatever.
Trendy, like, where the bank machine was?
Yeah, and it's just like, it's really tiny washroom.
It's tiny.
Or the one over by where Wolfgang Puck's used to be. Like, I would always go to those ones. But I think the new Disney Springs has lots of them or more, but I always end up there, like in the same little small ones that are always busy and small.
Yeah. Like the ones over behind the Starbucks, too. Mm-hmm. By the water. Okay, so that was Magic Kingdom and Hollywood Studios.
Do you guys want some more? Are you ready for more?
I so want to see what the feedback is for this episode. But I'm interested to know if people have their own favorite bathrooms.
Yeah.
Or ones that they just always go to. And why? Mm-hmm. Like, is it things like the sinks or how many stalls or whatever? My favorite sink, though, FYI, sidebar, Bay Lake Tower, top of the world. They have in the women's bathroom there, and I don't know because I haven't been in a men's bathroom. Well, I have been in a men's bathroom, but that's another story. I'll tell you when we get to Epcot. They have like the sinks, so they have 3 or 4 of them lined up, and then on the end they have a baby sink. So it's a little short sink for kids. For kids. They have their own sink. It's just a short one. Anyway, okay. Animal Kingdom or Epcot?
Let's do Animal Kingdom.
All right. Animal Kingdom theme park, Carrie.
The only washrooms I remember using...
It's because you don't drink enough water. FYI, let's just call that out right now. Carrie does not drink enough water, which is why she doesn't know of many bathrooms. So it's all comes together.
Is when you walk in and there's the washrooms right inside the gate.
It's because it takes forever to get to Animal Kingdom.
You
always have to go as soon as you get there. Yes,
the ones in Pandora. Those are the only 2 washrooms I remember. Because I usually always maybe I can.
What about the ones over on the way to the safari?
Yeah, I don't.
You don't. Yeah. Yeah, so there's washrooms before you get into the park on the right-hand side, and then once you get into the park, they're on the left-hand side. Wow. Yeah, it just depends whether you can wait till you get into the park or not. And when you're leaving, same thing. I like the ones in Pandora, because I feel like they're definitely a good size. I don't know that I have sort of any others that I'm like,
I think the reason why I like the Pandora ones is because usually I'm looking for an excuse to get that sweet drink.
Oh, right.
So anything that I just got to go in there to get, what is it called? The one with all the little boba?
The boba balls. Night Blossom.
The drink, yeah, it's got enough sugar. It's got the sugar of it's probably 7 sodas. But I just need to find. We just happen to be in Pandora. Let's go to the washroom and let's get a Night Blossom.
Let's just pick one up there.
Yeah.
Yes. The other ones that I don't mind there are down at the bottom near where the Lion King is. There used to be a good smoking area there. Maybe, Carrie, that's why I know more of them, because sometimes the smoking areas used to be in the proximity of the restrooms.
Maybe when you stopped smoking, you had to focus your attention on another area of the park.
Yeah, maybe. But I think those are kind of none of them really stand out to me in Animal Kingdom, aside from that one right when you get in the park and it's on the left.
But there's plenty.
There are. And now I've heard online, you've heard this too, that all Animal Kingdom's the only one that has doors on all the bathrooms?
I don't know.
Really?
Is that true?
I don't know. So I don't know if it's true. Well, they have doors on the bathroom. When you think about all the other parks, you don't open a door to get in the bathroom. It's kind of, you walk around a corner or whatever they call that thing. But in Animal Kingdom, they have doors.
Mm-hmm. They do.
They do. And I remember hearing once, and I don't know if it's true, so somebody can write us and tell us if it's true or not. But when they were designing Animal Kingdom, apparently they did it that way in case they needed shelter if an animal was out. There was a place to put guests.
Like a rhino or something?
I guess. I don't know. But it doesn't make sense, because why is it the only one that does it, that has a door, that have doors? They all have doors. Although I don't think the ones in Pandora have doors. I feel like
they do.
Do they? Mm-hmm. So then why does only Animal Kingdom have them?
But there's no doors.
Think we could get Joe Rohde to come on the podcast and explain it to us?
If he's listening to this episode.
Yeah, serious podcasters. Oh my gosh. Well, you know what? Lots of sites have done this, and I disagree with some of them when I see their, top 5 restrooms or whatever. Okay. So the last one, of course, is Epcot. This is where I have been in a man's and a woman's bathroom at Epcot.
What happened? Tell us the story.
You know what happens. You go to the same place your whole life, and in the Land Pavilion at the bottom near Soarin'.
Oh yeah.
You know those bathrooms over there. Mm-hmm. Right. Well, for years and years and years, the women's bathroom was on the left. And there's no doors or nothing, so you just know, you just walk in. But they renovated. And for some reason, they changed them.
Did they really?
Carrie, why on earth, after 30 years, would I just walk into the wrong bathroom? But I do
know your washrooms.
I do know my washrooms. And I walk in and I'm like, yeah, FYI, they moved them. So it's always a good idea to check before you walk around the corner that the little stick figure has a little dress at the bottom, because you never know. You never know. But that's the ones I always use. Not so much my favorite since I walked into the wrong one. But they have them, and I didn't realize this until a few years ago. They have them on both levels in that area. So there's the ones on the bottom near Soarin', and then there's the ones on the second level behind where the elevator is. Wow. So those ones, the ones in the UK, I like the ones in the UK.
Yeah.
They're pretty. They usually have nice flowers outside.
Yeah, I like that one.
But honestly, it's usually the ones near Spaceship Earth.
Right.
Same as Animal Kingdom. When I get there, I got to go in there. Did you know there are restrooms over by the buses at Epcot?
They should, because it's a long walk.
It is. There's restrooms in the middle of the walk from Epcot to the buses.
Wow.
Who knew?
I like the washrooms and Connections, the new Connections.
Those nice are washrooms. Nice. Those are very nice.
But I got nothing for Epcot. Like, I really need to pay better attention to these things.
You know what you need?
Really, like, I think I just follow you into the washrooms, and I just don't pay attention. I don't even know where I am. I have no memories.
Carrie, what about the washrooms? The new Ratatouille washrooms? They're beautiful.
I don't remember. I don't think I went in there. I don't remember.
Carrie, down at the back near the creperie, there's like a whole new thing of washrooms.
Well, I believe you. I'm not saying I don't think I went in there.
There's those ones, and you know the really nice ones, and they're actually pretty cool. Not as cold as the Contemporary, is the ones out by the International Gateway. When you're walking out the gate to the right, there's like a huge bathroom in there before you get to the Skyliner.
Yes, I went into that. I used those as the last trip.
See? Mm-hmm. So I think what this has proven to me is Carrie does not drink enough. No, not that you don't pay attention to things. You don't drink enough water.
Well, that's
right. If you were drinking enough water, you would know all of these restrooms and more.
I don't know that I think that me understanding them and getting to know them as well as you is I need years of trips to familiarize myself and to remember them.
We will work on this, Carrie. We can work on this. It's always fascinating to me, like how many of them are almost too small for where they're located. Like the ones in the Polynesian Resort outside Ohana. There's like 6 or 7 stalls in there.
Yeah, and they service the two restaurants.
Yeah. Things like that. I always pay attention to that, like how big they are, how many See, maybe I could have been like a structural engineer or something if I'd
specializing
in
washroom facilities. What's your specialization? I handle the washrooms. You'd be known around the world.
Oh my God.
They'd be building a state-of-the-art theme park in Dubai, and they'd be like, we've got the woman for you to handle the washrooms. Who's doing your washrooms?
You know what? You never underestimate.
We call them washrooms, but I think
we call them washrooms, but they call them restrooms, or is it vice versa?
I think it's kind of like a garbage trash thing. Restrooms, washrooms.
Could be. Yeah, it's fun. But I think in the UK, what do they call them in the UK? The loo. Mm-hmm. Yeah. See? Fascinating. So many different words, Carrie. Wasn't that fun?
It was.
I want to hear from people what their
Me too. I think because bathrooms are important. Like that, we're joking, but
we are.
They're important. People like to know where they are and which ones are the best ones, and
which ones are big and cool, and you'll have room.
Or maybe maybe that will inspire people to look at this list, and they'll be surprised too that there's so many options for them.
Yeah,
at the theme park, not just their favorite ones.
Exactly. Like, what about the ones in when you're walking towards Adventureland and you're walking through Adventureland on the right in that breezeway, in that covered breezeway? That's a really big bathroom.
That's the one I meant was my favorite. That's the one I was talking about. Not the
not the ones by Pirate.
No, what breezeway?
What? Okay, wait. What is your definition of a breezeway?
I don't know.
Like just a path, or is it covered?
Covered. The one I was talking about. So then maybe
that's not bad. No. So the one near the Pirates.
See, I know when you said the doggy patch, I know that when you were starting talking about the doggy patch,
you've probably never been in this.
We're not talking about the same ones.
Oh, so you're okay. So the one in the breezeway, and there's a charging station there. You can flip your fuel rod, and the sunglass hut is right there.
Yeah.
Okay, so that wasn't the one I was talking about.
That's my favorite.
That's the one you're talking about. That's your favorite.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's
like
the one.
Secret. It's like a spy.
It's like a secret entrance. Yeah. I know which one you're talking about now. The one I was talking about with the dog patch is next to Pirates of the Caribbean.
Yeah, up at so around when you go past Tortugas and you're hanging and you're going around, not Tortugas, around Pecos Bill, right? And you go in that way. It's right around there. And
they have like the glass Erebus or Erebus. Oh, I meant to ask them last time I was in the store how to say it. I think Dustin told me, and now I can't remember which one it was. But right down that alleyway next to the Pirates is a nice one.
Oh, you'll have to show me next time.
See, there's so many. We're gonna go on a walking tour, and I'm gonna point them all out to you. But
you're crazy. We're not gonna walk. We're gonna see the first couple. Then we're just gonna sit down and eat some snacks.
We're going on a hunt to find the ones by the Cheshire Cafe.
Right. I'll take your picture there.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. Sounds good. Well, I need to know if people find this information helpful. Mm-hmm. Okay. Carrie.
Yep.
This is such a cheerful conversin. How are you going to find pixie dust to top this? How do you end an episode? Oh, this kind of is bad. I feel bad. I'm putting my pixie dust with this episode. Anyway, go on.
Okay, I'll go. My pixie dust is today.
Today
is the day in Canada where they have the McDonald's Happy Meals with the boo buckets. So I may have worked from home today.
Oh my god!
So that at lunchtime,
we need that picture for the show art.
I can go and I could go to McDonald's for lunch and get my boo buckets.
Oh my gosh!
So I didn't get all 3 boo buckets. I only got the 2 because mine only had the 2 boo buckets. So guess what I might be doing for dinner?
You're going to a different
find
one?
My other boo bucket. Yeah.
So what color is the boo bucket that you didn't get?
I need the ghost. So
there's what do you mean? Like the 2 were supposed to be some? I thought they were just like different colored buckets.
I sent you a picture.
I looked at the picture.
So one bucket.
I gotta pull up this picture. Hang on. I just thought they were different colored buckets.
No. One bucket is a witch. One bucket is a pumpkin. And then the other bucket is a ghost.
How do you know which one's the witch and which one's the...
Well, the pumpkin one is orange.
Wait. Okay, I think I see.
Are you looking at the right photo?
She's got a hat on. And she's winking.
Oh my goodness.
She's got a hat on. I see it. I see it now.
Right there. Can you see? Look,
I see.
Right there.
You have them right there. Oh, look at you. You got everything all set up nice. Okay, now I get it. I didn't realize. I just thought they were just two different colored buckets.
No, there's three
with
buckets.
Faces on them.
And I knew, like, in the U.S., they've already been out for a little while. And I think they're a little bit different because I was watching videos of people getting them in the U.S. and, like, I think they have writing on the side of there. So, like, the pumpkin one says pumpkin on it and ours doesn't have any extra writing on it. But the other night I thought...
So the ghost is white? Is the ghost one white?
The ghost is a white one, yeah. So the other night I was, like, thinking, I've got to check in on these boo buckets. And I was out and about and I hadn't had any dinner. So I went into the McDonald's and, like, I'm standing there, like with all the Uber and Lyft pickup guys and I'm like looking around the store and I'm like, I don't see any buckets anywhere. So I stood there and I Googled it and I found out that it was coming out so it's just the weekend, Friday, Saturday, Sunday and Monday, but I'm sure they'll be sold out by like tomorrow at lunch across Canada.
So what are you going to do with these buckets?
I just want them because they're it's just something that we had when we were kids. What
I don't remember these buckets when I was a kid. Really?
Yes, they had them in the 80s. They had they had them in different years and they were a little bit different too. Anyways, but what you could do with them now is you could use them for Halloween decor. So you buy a couple of those like battery operated like little like candles and then you could put them and then they would flicker. You can make them into decor. They light up. You know, because I know you're
going to put those in your window?
You're not really big into the carving the pumpkin, so voila,
what
right there.
What are you talking about, Carrie? I turn out my lights on Halloween. Like, because if I had chocolate, I bought all this chocolate one year and like nobody came. And then I had to eat all the chocolate. And by the time, we're doing it again. By the time this episode goes live, Halloween will be over. So, anyway, Carrie might have had her boo bucket. Okay, so wait a minute.
I had my boo bucket.
So now you need the white one. The ghost.
To get all, because I'm a collector, you need all three.
You need all three. Carrie can't just get two. So you'll have to let me know then. If you can't find it there, like, what do? You go into the McDonald's and say, I want a Happy Meal in a green bucket or an orange bucket or a white bucket?
I suppose. I'm just going to walk in and I'm like, you got the ghost boo bucket? And if they say yes, I'll be like, chicken nuggets, please.
Okay. Well, we need to know. You'll have to give us an update next week if you got the ghost boo bucket.
I'm sure I'll find it.
Okay. You'll have to let us. Yeah. Important.
No. Anyways, what is your
people want to know? Well, I'm like, oh my gosh, we've done a whole episode on the bathrooms, and I'm going to talk about this fantastic pixie dust that is like the classiest. I wonder
it's the classiest pixie dust you've ever had.
Their bathrooms are really nice. I've been to Okay, so this week I was in the office and I met our friend Dustin from Steps to Magic for coffee before work because, you know, he can travel downtown. So Dustin did talk to us about his trip on the episode he was on. And because I told him no more mugs. I can't do mugs. He brought me back a tea towel that says all you need is pixie dust. And of course it's Tinkerbell and it's very colorful and floral. It's lovely. And then he also brought me back a couple of coasters from his dinner at Victoria and Albert's.
Fancy.
But to top it all off, Carrie, there's only a few, like people, I've never seen one of these before. And it is a Victoria and Albert's gift card.
That sounds fancy.
It's a fancy one. So it's black with it's gold embossed and he said he put money on it and was using it in the parks and stuff. And all the cast members were like, wait a minute, where'd you get this? I've never seen this. Like, they don't seem to be in production or easily readily available. So
where are you going to store that?
Well, that's the thing. I said to him, he's like, oh, the cast members were all asking. I'm like, you put money and you used it? And he's like, yeah, why wouldn't you? And I'm thinking, because I'm going to put it in my cabinet. I don't want to use it.
I say, because if you need to save space for it, I could put it with my gift card collection. Because I do have one.
I know you do. Carrie's gift card collection. I better make sure that I put this in a very safe space the next time Miss Carrie's over at my house.
Or you know what you can do? I'll get a nice little box and I'll give you my gift card collection and you can put it on display and slide that back. My gift card collection is just in the closet. That's Carrie, what I'm going to do. I'm going to give you my gift card collection.
Seriously, you and your collections. Oh my gosh.
You're getting my gift card collection.
Oh my gosh, no.
It's not very big. It'll fit in like a little tiny. I'm going to find a little like business card holder thingy and I'm going to bring it over. And
my gosh.
And then you can put that one right up front. And then my gift card collection will be like it's on display at a museum.
Oh yeah, that's it. That's it.
And it'll have the best gift card with it.
Yes. Well, this was pretty cool. So I was very impressed with my pixie dust this week. So thank you, Dustin. Cool. Yeah. It was very cool. Very cool. And now I just feel bad that my pixie dust was on the end of the bathroom episode. But we covered the gamut of stuff, right?
Yeah.
We talk about it all here on the podcast.
And really, and you think the next episode was going to warrant, I guess, or any other episode? You want to
talk about water fountains or something in the next episode? Where are you going with this?
But like your pixie dust is your pixie dust.
It is. It made me happy.
You're not saving a pixie dust for a time when you're not going to talk about washrooms.
Exactly. Pixie dust. There's a pixie dust every week. There is. Yeah. Well, thank you guys for listening. Anna, I don't think we let you get a word in edgewise this week either.
This one you're still not.
Yeah, sorry. But who are we kidding? Even when we're with Anna in person, she never gets a word in edgewise.
Probably so.
It happens. Well, thank you for listening. If you get a chance, leave us a rating and review. And make sure you're subscribed on your favorite podcast player so you get a new episode every week.
Don't want to miss one.
Oh, you don't want to miss this. And then do remember that we are going to take a break in December. I just want to remind everybody until we get to that point. So we're taking a break in December because we're going to be traveling and doing all sorts of stuff. And we will be back at the beginning of the new year with a look back and a look forward. And it'll be a good one. Mm-hmm. Right?
Yep.
All right. Well, thanks for listening.
Okay, bye.
Thanks for listening to the Pixie Dust Fan Podcast. We hope you enjoyed the episode.
Make sure you're following us on your favorite podcast player so you'll get a new episode every week. And find us on social media too. We'd love to hear from you.
Till next time, remember, you are never too old to be young. Chase your dreams and design your own happily ever after.